evening, because some of you are still in the morning, and some of us, we are good afternoon. So good afternoon, good morning to everybody. I hope you are all well and fine and sound with your family. As you know, with this COVID, everything has changed. So I hope that your families, everybody is safe and healthy. First of all, I want to thank you for taking your time to respond to this meeting. As you know, it's a very important one. It's a new way of doing things since we have been affected by the COVID. So this is a new normal. So normally we used to see each other face to face in a meeting whereby we can discuss, but this time it's not going to be the same. The reason well known to everybody. So as you know that our meeting was supposed to be held face to face in Denmark, like everybody, but as you know, AGM was cancelled. And from there, we decided that Africa may have our AGM in Africa, the face-to-face one. At that time, we thought that by December, the COVID situation may change. So we were hoping having our AGM face-to-face in Africa, December. But as you know, until today, the situation is still the same. So by then, we have taken a decision for us to move for the virtual AGM. As you know, it's the first one. The first thing for us to have a virtual AGM, but we have no chair, no other choice. So the 2020 AGM should be held this year. For this reason, in consultation, we agreement that the AGM. So we propose the virtual AGM. And based on the experience we have with the BWF, the AGM, which to you. So I will wish everybody a very good meeting, very good discussion. So as the SG said, we don't have much time, only in 2 hours. Thank you very much again. So wish you a very fruitful meeting. So I hand over my vote to the SG for the next. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. So, like you have said, Mr. President, the AGM was supposed to be held physically earlier this year in Denmark. And then, as you're all aware, it was postponed. Together with the BWF AGM as well, a success. I mean, in terms of itself. So in September 2020, the BCA Council met, and then it was decided to member association whether they would agree to host a virtual AGM. And again, somewhere in Africa requested the membership. Series of videos on our website, on YouTube, and it was also sent to you on email. And these videos were reports of each of our committees. So this is the process, the whole process that we are currently undertaking for the virtual AGM. If you have any question now, please let me know before I move forward. Okay, no question. Feel free to ask your question. Do not hesitate. You can just unmute yourself, ask the question. Use the chat option if you want. If your connection is not too stable, use the chat option or just raise your hand. Okay, so I guess it was all clear. I'm moving forward. The virtual AGM. So the AGM itself on the 19th of December, it's going to be a decision-making AGM, meaning you will see and hear the president and technical issue, you can just send a message and we will come back to you. Yeah, on your computer or any Android device, the Zoom application is available on all the Android device and it's free to download, so you can use any device to connect to the AGM. The AGM will start on time, so we would request all of you to be present 10 minutes before the scheduled time. That is 2 o'clock Mauritius time. Here I would request an appeal to all members, please be on time. If you have any connection issue or anything like that, please try to connect even earlier so that if ever you have any issue, we can help you and then start on time. So please be on time on that day. Members and the voting delegates will be requested to vote on each item of the agenda. And like I said earlier, the company that we are using is called Lumi Global. and it's the same company that the BWF used for their AGM earlier this year. Lumi is a renowned company, well-renowned company, and they work with various sports organizations and other organizations in doing their AGMs and other kind of meeting where voting is required. Of course, like the BWF AGM, there would be open or secret ballot depending on the chair's decision. Only voting delegates will be able to vote. So we have sent out the delegate nomination form, and most of you have returned it by now. And in there, you have inserted your voting delegate and your second delegate. So only the voting delegate will be able to see the voting option, on the screen when they will attend the virtual AGM. The second delegate will also be there to attend the AGM, but he or she will not see any option for voting. Same for observers, staff, people from BWF or other observers. They will not be able to vote, but they will be able to attend the AGM. Because we are French, English speaking, mostly in Africa, there will be simultaneous interpretation, that is translation for all the French or English speaking members. So this will be explained to you how to use this option later on before the meeting starts. Any questions so far?
Zahir?
Yes, please.
When is the meeting? I missed that part.
Okay, thank you for the question. The meeting itself is on the 19th of December 2020, and it's at 14 hours Mauritius time, which is GMT +4. So I'm sure you have received the email that we are sending, and every time we mention the different times for the AGM, but also for the preparatory meetings. So in case you're not receiving the emails, please let me know. We will send it to you again. Any other comment or questions? Okay, thank you. Moving to the next slide. So today's meeting. This meeting is for you members to discuss, share, and ask questions on the meeting itself, but also on each agenda item. Later on, we will go through each agenda item, and then you would have the opportunity to ask any question you want, or any clarification, or even share your views or comment on anything based on the agenda, but also on the process. Second, it's an opportunity for us to provide to you all information on the virtual AGM, like we have been doing, and also information that has been sent to you by email. It's an opportunity for us to share that again to you. After this meeting, the recording will be published on our website, and you will be able to refer to it again. Also, we are going to share the notes, questions that you asked, the answers to all our members in French and English, so that the French-speaking members may know exactly what you have discussed, and also vice versa for French-speaking meeting. That is, you will be able to get all the notes as well. So this is more or less the objective of today's meeting, and we expect you to raise questions. Do not hesitate to ask any question you want. And of course, if you have any comment as well, please feel free. moving forward to the next slide, except if you have any comment now or question.
Sahir,
Yes, please.
this is Hisham Al-Tuhami from Egypt.
Yes,
Hello,
Mr. Hisham.
Today I found some suffered from getting joined to a meeting. I don't know why. I had several meetings on Zoom, but this is the first time I had problems. It's not internet problem. I think the link that you sent something wrong with it, because I thank also Ahmed Reda, Dr. Ahmed Reda. He helped me to join the meeting by sending another link. It's directly to the meeting. So I hope it's be solved for the next meetings. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hisham. I mean, it's well noted. The process that we have been using is for all members to register for the meeting. So you have a link. When you click on the link, you register, you put your name, you put your email address, and then you get a link on your email. You click on the link, and then you join the meeting. But of course, if we will see if other members are having this problem as well, and then if we have to change the process, we will do it. But thank you very much for your comment.
Yes, I did all you said now several times and wasn't successful. So when I received a mail with a new link, I think it's a new link, I get through inside directly without any problem. But the last one that I have wasn't successful with me. Thank you, Sayed.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Hisham. We will look into it.
Zahir,
Yes, please.
I also had a problem joining because it asked for the password and I entered it, but it wasn't an easy process. I had to try again, but it came later. But the first time it was an issue.
Okay, thank you, Zara. Yes, I mean, you texted me before as well. So I think if we need more explaining how to join the meeting as well, we can do that for the next meeting. Thank you for the comment.
SG, you mute, no sound. You mute, yes.
Yes, sorry. So like you can see on the screen, we have sent to you the agenda on the 5th of November. And together with the agenda, we have sent also the annexures. And all this was sent on the 5th of November. And of course, now we are going to go through each item of this agenda. So number one for the meeting, it's the preliminary business. And first of all, of course, the president will have his remarks. We are going to vote on the appointment of the scrutineers and of course the roll call for the meeting. So these are normal business of the AGM, except for the scrutineers. Since it's a virtual AGM, the process and the role of the scrutineers are slightly different. Like you can see on the screen, we are going to have 2 scrutineers. One of them is going to be somebody from the BWF. and that person could be most probably the BWF lawyer, Mr. Thomas Delay, but it could also be somebody else from the BWF. We have requested the BWF to send us someone, and they will do so shortly. Second person is going to be Mrs. Greta Prinsloo. I'm sure most of you may have heard of her. She's a BWF referee assessor, and she had a long and rich career as a BWF referee as well. And she is a South African. She is based in South Africa. So the job of the scrutineer. So compared to a usual physical meeting, the scrutineer will have all of their tasks before the meeting itself. So what are they going to do? They're going to check and confirm the data in the voting system that Lumi will be using. That is, we have 45 country members, and all of them, they have different voting strengths. For instance, if I take South Africa, they have 10 votes. And if I take a country, let's say Gambia, they have 1 vote. So the scrutineer will have to check if this is correct on the database that will go in the Lumi system, that is the voting system. Of course, we will only be able to do this after all of you have sent your delegate nomination form. So as soon as you delegate your voting delegate and second delegate, as soon as you nominate these people, when we get your form, we put it on a database and then we send to Lumi. So this is why we have requested all of you to send the nomination form as early as possible. After this is done, we will be able to do this process. So for the AGM, as it is a normal business of the AGM, we will have to approve the scrutineers, and members, voting delegates, will be requested to vote on appointment of scrutineers. Then, of course, with a simple majority, the scrutineers would be approved. So this is how it's going to be for the scrutineers, the appointment of scrutineers, and also the role of the scrutineers itself. I hope I have been clear on this. Any question? Okay, thank you. Moving on. The second item on the agenda, it's going to be the decision to hold a virtual AGM. Like I said before, it's a membership decision. You were requested to vote and you voted, and 95% of you agreed to have the AGM. However, we need the AGM itself to ratify this decision. And then you members, you will be requested again to vote for the AGM. Voting delegates would see on their screen, yes or no. Then they can just, if they're on the phone, they just touch yes or no, or on the computer, you can use your mouth, yes or no, and then you vote. We have added this to the agenda because it's important for the AGM to ratify this. Since, you know, these are unprecedented times, the first time we're doing a virtual AGM, our constitution is as well silent on this. So this is why we need the official AGM approval to host a virtual AGM. Any comment or question? Okay, we have a question from Mr. Jamir. So he's asking, I joined in late, kindly repeat for me the voting process. Okay, so what for each, Mr. Jamir, if you can hear me, for each item of the agenda, you will be requested to vote if you are a voting delegate of your country. For instance, now we are on item number 2 of the agenda. You will see on your screen the proposal, that is to ratify the membership decision to hold the virtual AGM. You will see 2 options, yes or no, and then you will have to choose one of the 2 options. You will have 1 minute to do so, and as soon as you do it, in a few seconds time, we will have the results. So this is how you will vote, of course, if you are a voting delegate. If you are the second delegate, you will not see the voting option, but you will see the results afterwards. Any other comment or questions? Okay, I see none. Moving forward, approval of the minutes. So again, normal business of the AGM. The AGM will have to confirm the minutes of the last general meeting held in 2019, the 22nd of May 2019, for the AGM in Nanning, which was held in Nanning. So the minutes were sent to you already. It's also on our website, and then we received some correction. This was updated on our website. So if you have any more correction now, please let me know. Okay, so I see none. Again, for the approval of the minutes, you will have to vote. Same process again, and it's a simple majority as well. For the matters arising. One of the items discussed in last year's AGM was the case of the 30,000 transfer that happened back in 2015. The AGM then decided and requested Council to follow up on this issue in South Africa. Council appointed a lawyer, and also based on some other legal advice, the Council recently decided, it was only last week, when Council received all information on the matter from the lawyers and also some other experts, that a proposal will be sent to the AGM in 2021 to discontinue this case, because simply the experts they recommended that it would be best for us to discontinue this case, as if we go further and take legal action, we have very little chance of winning the case. So all of this will go as a proposal in next year's AGM. So this is a point that the Council wanted to share with the members for this year's AGM, even though it's going to be a proposal for next year's AGM. Then, of course, if you have any other matters arising out of the minutes, please feel free to share them now. Okay, I see none on the chat as well, no messages. So these are, this is item number 3, approval of the minutes. You would be requested to vote on it. So moving forward. Item number 4, this is for the membership to receive the report of council and its committees and other reports for the year ending 31st December 2019. So you will see on our website, we have also shared it by email. We have published the annual report. We have published the video reports and also all other information on the 2019 activities. This was shared to you earlier on, so I'm sure most of you had a chance to go through all these documents, information, videos. And these are, of course, the President Review, the Secretary General Review, the report of the Administration and Remuneration Committee, the Events Committee report, the Para Badminton Commission report, the Marketing Committee report, the Development Committee report, the Women in Badminton Commission report, and the Finance and Treasurer's report. These reports are available in both French and English. So, any questions or comment or clarification on the 2019 reports? Or any suggestions? Okay, so I can see no, yes. Okay, no. Okay. No questions, so we move forward. Next on the agenda, it's going to be the adoption of the financial statements and the audited accounts for the year 31st December 2019. So again, this was shared to you already by email on our website. So if you have any comment or questions on the accounts, please. The next item is going to be the 2020 budget. Well, normally we're already at the end of 2020, but it has been the regular practice to have our budget approved at the AGM, and usually the AGM is held in May, and we have been doing this for quite a few years. And unfortunately, this year we are in a difficult situation, and we have already almost completed the year, but we still have to get the budget approved. So we have sent you a copy of the 2020 budget. It is on your email, it's on the website, and then you will have to vote on it during the AGM. However, Council realized that this process is not efficient, because on a normal year, what we do is we approve the budget only halfway in the year, in May. So what will happen for next year? And again, this depends on the approvals of the constitution amendments, but I will talk to you later on. So if these amendments are approved, then for next year's AGM, we are going to approve the following year's budget and then a forecast as well of the next year. So we will change this process if you members, you approve the amendments to the constitution. Because right now, what we have been doing all these years was based on what the constitution says. And this was, of course, realized by council, and the changes are being proposed to the membership this year. So this is item 5 in our agenda, the proposal to amend the BCA constitution. So before moving forward, any question or clarification on these two items? That is the audited accounts and the budget. Both of them will need voting. Any questions, comments? Okay, I see none. Moving forward. So on the agenda, item number 5 is a council proposal to amend the BCA constitution. Sorry. So the proposal was sent to you several times. The first time it was sent to you in January. Then it was also sent in late February, and again together with the order paper of the AGM. So, like I said earlier on, we will have a session only to discuss on these proposed amendments. So on Wednesday, same time, we will have a webinar where all of you will be able to share your views, ask questions on these amendments. So we are not going to go through the proposal itself today, but we will do that on Wednesday. Just to note though that as it is an amendment to change the BWF constitution, so we will require 2/3 majority of the vote cast. Any comment, questions? Okay, none. We're going to discuss this later on Wednesday. So moving forward, the last item on the agenda for the AGM is going, of course, to be any other business. What we wanted to share with you, number 1, is the BCA subscription. Normally, every year, this is an item on the agenda, but this year you will notice that it's not there because in the proposal to amend the BCA constitution, there is a proposal to eliminate that subscription that some of you have been paying for some years. So we will discuss more on this on Wednesday. So this is why it is not on the agenda. Secondly, for the auditors, Council approved to keep the same auditors that audited our accounts for last years, that is Kearns and Associate. So Council approved for the same company to audit our 2020 accounts. It's going to be the second year in a row for Kearns and Associates. So that's all for the agenda, except right now, if you have any other business, any other matters, anything you want to raise, or any question. It could be anything, a comment, question, anything on development, on the AGM itself, on governance, anything you want to share happening in your country, anything.
Mama.
Okay, I can see Mr. Nanda. Please go ahead. You can unmute yourself first.
It's okay now. Can you hear?
Yes, very well.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the BCA for having, like we are doing the BCA course level 1, coaching level 1, and eventually giving us this opportunity to launch the air badminton in Mauritius. So on behalf of my federation, I would like just to thank the BCA Council. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nanda. Yes, we are currently doing a level 1 course in Mauritius. And also we are planning to launch air badminton as well in next week. So just for me to add a few things on this, it has been very difficult for us to organize any kind of activity from March onwards. But fortunately, as from October, because some country has been more flexible and allowing traveling, we have been able to do a few activities. And one of these activities, of course, is the course in Mauritius here. And just one word also on air badminton. I would like to congratulate all the countries who have been launching air badminton nationally. Many of you have received the air shuttle from the BWF, and you have been launching air badminton. We are seeing a lot of nice photos and pictures, and we hope that air badminton will grow in Africa in the years to come. So next year we are planning to have a few activities, a few air badminton activities, and we will of course let you know about this. Thank you, Mr. Nanda, for your comment. Any other comment or questions? Okay, I can see none. So I will just move forward with the presentation, which is not over. The next steps now. Well, After this meeting, like I said, we have another meeting on Wednesday, 9th of December. It's going to be a webinar on the amendments, the proposed amendments to the Constitution. We're going to go through the different sections of the Constitution. So this meeting is going to be on Wednesday, 9th of December. For those of you who have not yet registered, please do so as soon as possible. We've heard that some of you were having some issues to connect, so we'll try and see if there is any problem. But if not, we will provide all the information, and if we have to assist you more by providing some screenshot, we will do that. Secondly, before the AGM, a day before the AGM, on the 18th of December 2020, we have the deadline for you to submit the delegate nomination form. This is based on our constitution, which says that the form should be remitted to the Secretariat 24 hours before the start of the AGM. So this is the official deadline. It's Friday the 18th of December 2020 at 14 hours. But again, like I told you earlier, please send this form as early as possible. This will allow us to better prepare the test event for the AGM, and also to make sure that we send all the information to the Lumi global company as early as possible. And on the 18th of December, again, after we have received all the nomination form, we will send all of this to Lumi, and on the same day, we will have a test event. So the timing for this test event, test voting, we are yet to decide, but most probably it's going to be around 8 p.m. Mauritius time. So we will decide later on, and we will let you know about this. Any questions or comments on these next steps? You can see none again. So before handing over now to the president, I will just like to have a mention for Gambia, who are actually with us for the first time for an AGM or any preparatory meetings. So welcome to Gambia. We have the Secretary General with us. So welcome, Mrs. Zara. So Gambia was one of the newest members in 2020. And also we had Senegal earlier on, and they will be in tomorrow's French-speaking meeting. So thank you very much to everyone. Yes, Zara?
No, I said thank you.
Thank you. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for your time, and thank you for this meeting. Of course, again, if you have any question or comment on the reporting, on the videos we publish, if you want to go through them again, and then if you have any question or comment, please email us. We will then share the answers to you and to everyone as well on our website. So thank you very much, everybody. I will now pass on to the president.
Thank you very much, SG, for your information. And we have come to the end of this session. The only thing I can say, thank you very much to everybody for your participation. I can see that everybody has done his homework because there's no more, there's no much question, just some clarification and comments. So for those who have not didn't finish to go through all these documents, especially the reports from different committees. So you still have time. You can go through all these reports. If you have found something new, don't hesitate. Contact the secretariat, ask questions, and the secretariat will be available to answer any question until before the day of the AGM. So thank you very much once again for taking your time. And until Wednesday, whereby we'll be discussing amendment to the Constitution. So thank you very much, and until Wednesday, may God bless you and your family, and see you on Wednesday. Thank you very much. Feel safe and healthy. Bye.